Everybody, welcome back to my channel. Tonight I have my mom here again.
Hi everybody.
And we're going to be telling another paranormal story time. You guys seem to really like that. So we're going to tell you a little bit about our some more experiences, as well as we have some stuff to show you guys too. So definitely stick around for the video. If you like it, go ahead and hit subscribe. Click the notification bell. Keep up whenever I post content. I'll be doing this video tonight, but then the next video that I'll have, it's going to take a couple days to edit because I do have an interview with the director of Willard Library for the Gray Lady Tours here in Evansville, Indiana. So it'll take a little bit of time to go ahead and film, but that's going to be a few parts. So we are going to do the interview with the director, and then we've got the pictures during the Gray Lady Tour. I can't actually record through the Gray Lady Tour due to privacy. If you are interested, you can go and reserve your spot for Gray Lady Tours. They have them next weekend and the weekend following up to Halloween. So definitely check that out. I'll link the library's website in the description box, as well as the stuff that we show you. I'm going to try to find the Etsy seller's website where my mom got it from. I'm going to try and find that, and I will link that in the description. Sorry, my phone is kind of shaky because my dogs are in here and they hit the charger on my phone because it's almost dead. We'll go ahead and start with the paranormal story time. Sorry about all the chit chat.
Oh, tell them how you spell Etsy.
Etsy. Oh, everybody knows Etsy, Mom.
Maybe not.
ETSY.com. Etsy.com.
I didn't know before I looked it up.
It's okay. I'll go ahead and link the stuff if I can in the description. But let's go ahead and get started with paranormal story time.
Of course, this is Coda. He's a special guest that's popping in once in a while without being invited.
Yeah, he does. So the first story, which one do we want to tell him first?
How about the Dragon's Blood? That was the most recent.
Dragon's Blood? Okay. Let me put him down. The Dragon's Blood, hi kiddo, is this stuff here. It's actually labeled holy water. It's actually a really, really dark red. I'm going to try and show you guys.
It's like an oil.
Kind of see on the inside. It's oil. It actually is made by a white witch. And this stuff smells really good. I think it does, at least.
It's nothing to do with the demonic side. It's on the protection side for you.
It smells almost like a really old perfume that like maybe your grandma would wear, but it's got a little bit more of a really nice smell. It is strong and it does stay on your skin for a few days. So
the protection does stay itself. You've got the protection.
So what's the story with the Dragon's Blood, Mom?
Okay. First-handed, I do know it works. I think last week it was. One evening, in fact, for about that day and the day before, I'd been feeling ticks, stabbings into my heart. It felt like I may be coming down with a heart attack or something, because many years ago I did have a slight heart attack. The hospital told me I did, which I didn't realize I did. So it's been going on far too long. I knew it wasn't my heart because I let it happen for a while. I guess I was being silly, but I was just wanting to make sure. Anyway, my angels talked to me and they said, take a dragon's blood. It's like an oil, and it breaks hexes and attachments and does a lot of good things for you. It's really good. It's nothing on the demonic side. It's on the protection side, just like we said. Anyway, I got it out. I put a small amount on my finger. Then I made it sign the cross on my forehead, as well as my chest area where I was driven into by a demon a few months back that ended up breaking a couple of my ribs when it tried to kill me to stop me from working on my book, which is coming along the manuscript. Anyway, I put that on.
You got a publisher, so yay!
Yes, yay! I have a publisher for my book. I have the cover design, have a wonderful picture for the front of it, a great title, and my name is on it. I have already designed the cover to go to the publisher. So as soon as I get my manuscript done with that, then I'll be sending it off. So hopefully within 6 months, 8 months, it'll be in print for everybody.
Yep. And keep up with her username at ClassyLady2206 on Twitter. She's on there a lot. So, okay. So you were saying about the Dragon's Blood?
Dragon's Blood, yes. I put on my forehead. Cross.
Yep.
across on my chest. I've still got a lump there when they threw me into the piece of furniture, the corner of it.
I can't get comfortable.
I heard it was trying to kill me. I said, I'm going to kill you when it did that. I said, okay. But it did not. Didn't scare me. It just ticked me off.
Yep.
Because anytime you show fear, they're going to feed off it. They love fear. That's gets them stronger. Makes me upset, but it's not an upset that being upset that's going to add to them. I just get ticked off.
Yep.
So I'm a little bit different. I've got a lot of bravery to me. Not perfect, but I have a lot of bravery and a lot of guts. My daughter says I'm too stubborn, which I know I am stubborn, but I can be reasoned with.
Yep.
Anyway, back to what happened. Okay, I applied that. I would say within 5 seconds later, my chest stopped hurting. Immediately, I heard behind me a loud thump, and I felt 2 feet hit the ground behind me, the floor, and I felt them run. They were really heavy footsteps.
Matter of fact, I just heard a really loud thump while we were talking about this out in the living room. And the dogs are back here. Well, Coda's in the room with us, and then Rock went in the bedroom, so I don't know what that was.
I don't know what's going on. I'll have to check it out after the video.
Yep.
It's probably trying to let us know that it comes around once in a while still.
Yep.
Nothing to be afraid of, though.
And then what happened after you put it on?
Okay. It hit the floor. Then I heard the running heavy footsteps. It was making my floor move. I could feel it. I guess it's plywood or something that's there. I could feel it giving as it ran toward my bathroom, because the bathroom is out of my bedroom, right next to it practically, where I applied it in my bedroom doorway. And I knew it was headed for the window to get out of the house as quick as it could. So it was booking to make plans to get out of here, because it wanted nothing to do with that holy oil.
The holy oil, yep.
Yes, it's called dragon's blood. But you and I all know that the dragons, as far as anybody knows to date, do not exist. But many years ago, there could have been.
There could be dragons out there. We don't know for sure, but
we don't know for sure. Nobody's ever investigated that enough to know for sure if there's one. But any myth or any legend is usually based on some kind of truth. So at one time, there were creatures like that roamed the earth.
There's a lot of animals that look like dragons. You know, they had like a little lizard that actually has wings on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They found pictures of it. I mean, it could be Photoshop, but it looks more real to me than a Photoshop picture.
But ever since that evening, I have not had any kind of chest pains whatsoever. At one time, a friend of mine, it's been a few months back, she told me that she thought I had an attachment. So evidently that must have broke that attachment that was, hooked on to me for some reason in the spiritual world. As many times as we've been out investigating places, I'm surprised I didn't have about 10 or 12 different attachments.
Yeah. Are you talking about who I think you're talking about, the real good friend of ours?
Yes.
Okay.
She's an excellent friend.
She's actually psychic, so she's a really, really awesome person. I don't want to say her name due to privacy acts, but okay, so...
And she is accurate.
Yep. Let's tell a story about the tar water since we have it. Ow. So this is actually tar water. You have to find it online. You can't just go into a store and buy it. But this is tar water here. It's water from, I think, Florida, I want to say. And then this is actually really pretty. This looks like it probably has maybe black onyx in it or black taurine. I'm not very good with stones, so don't come after me.
It's tar.
It's black salt, but there's little pieces of something else in here. If you guys can identify that, let me know. It looks almost like black onyx, or I don't want to spill it all, but looks almost like black onyx or black taurine. Like I said, if you guys can identify it, let me know. Well, the black salt is the actual, like, this stuff in here, not the big pieces. That's why I'm wondering what kind of stone that is in there. But anyways, so what's the story with this stuff?
Alrighty.
Where did I put that?
Actually, I found that out from an authority. The tar water, as well as the black salt that Brittany just showed you in that little container, that came along with the...
Where'd you just put that at?
It's right there.
No, the black tar... Oh, here it is. Okay.
You put it down there, young lady.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. Anyway.
Cody, you're on my cord, baby.
That small amount of it, I have a big bag of black salt.
Sorry, guys.
That I ordered from Etsy, the same person.
Mm-hmm.
And the small sample of the black salt came along with I believe the dragon's blood.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just really a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
And
what are you supposed to do with the black tar water and the salt?
They're for protection.
Okay.
I found out about it to begin with is Amy Allen. She is the investigator on Dead Files.
Yep.
Along with
Steve DeShawney. So if they ever see my video, shout out to you guys. You're awesome.
Yes.
As well as Ghost Adventures, but I'm sure they won't see my videos.
But anyway, she suggested and she told the folks how to use it. Black salt is stronger than white salt, and white salt is a good thing too. Mm-hmm. They're used for protection. You can put those on your doorways. You can put those on your window ledges. Any place there's an opening into your house, you put it there because it acts as a barrier to keep the evil out, the demons out, the bad spirits, the bad ghosts. Mm-hmm. And the creatures that were created by the devil, or they come in through another dimension that we're not even aware of exist. It's quite possible. Mm-hmm. So you can use that. Then the tar water, you use that just a few drops, like every foot, just a few drops, and you put that barrier, that water barrier, and has different kinds of properties added to it, different kind of herbs and things, and it's blessed by White Witch. So you take that and put it completely around the perimeter of your home, and that will set up a barrier to keep things from coming into your home, and water will not wash it away. It's there.
Okay, so I think some people, we've been talking about the protection stuff, but let's get into the juicy part of the video that we're telling about the paranormal story times. Let's see. I'll go ahead and tell one. It actually happened recently. So back when I was doing the second video, I want to say, I noted about it in the video though with my brother Joe about the EVPs. It was one or two of my first videos. That while we were recording, Joe was in the bathroom with me. Goes to the 812. Mm-hmm. So he was in the bathroom with me recording. And I was talking about different things that was going on, like the EVP and stuff. And while we were recording, we heard a lady coming down the hallway, and she was like, so Rock was in the bedroom and we had the door shut, and I think she said to him something along the lines of, "What are you in here for? What did you do?" And I don't think he cried or anything whenever she was talking to him, but it definitely wasn't Mom, because Mom was asleep in bed, but this woman was actually talking to our dogs while we were filming. And I don't know if it got caught on the video. You can go back and look, but it was very weird. It was very, very weird. That was a story I had. Not all that interesting, but...
What are you doing in here?
Yeah, so you heard my brother just now. She actually said, "What are you doing in here?"
Just dead up like Mom.
It sounded like my mom, and spirits can mimic other people, right. So
I thought it was Mom.
We all thought it was Mom. We all heard it. We thought it was her, and she was asleep in her bed.
We've had different occurrences that have happened in the house, but it's not to a point that we need to go ahead and apply the salt and the tar water.
Not yet, at least.
And they don't stay. They come and go a lot of times, but that's when you get into problems. It's when they start staying, and if they're evil, you've got to get rid of them right away. There's just no doubt about it. You have to get rid of it because they get stronger and stronger and stronger. Pretty soon you're not going to get them out very easily.
Nope.
You have to contact a priest for a house exorcism, exercise your...
What, Joe? I had to run out and turn off a dome light in a car so the battery didn't die. We're going to tell 3 more ghost stories, I believe. So, sorry, this video's been kind of everywhere. So, I apologize about that. Let me get some sippy on my coffee. Shout out to Centurion. Credit Union.
Do you want to do Waverly, how you felt?
We'll do Waverly, yeah. Because we've been a few times to Waverly. The last time I think it was that we went, or maybe the time before. I've told you guys in a previous video how the jacks fell off the wall, or the windowsill, where they just fell off. let's go ahead and talk about whenever it actually drained me. So Mom kept catching pictures of like these, I think it's either Mom or Joe kept catching pictures of entities that were around me, and like my face would be very distorted. I don't think I can use these pictures because they're going in the book. I think it was my brother who caught them. But the faces would be distorted. My face would be distorted, and there was stuff hanging out by me while I was there at Waverly. And so was there anything specific that happened during that tour? Can you remember?
Yes.
Well, that's where you caught a lot of the
dining room.
The dining room.
Screaming faces in the
window. Screaming faces in the windows.
The giant bunny on the chair.
The giant bunny on the chair that they have stuffed.
Spirit came out after you.
Yeah, a spirit came out after me. I think there's actually a picture of the giant bunny where it's all distorted, and I think I'm by it or around it. And how I felt though afterwards, like it's a 2-hour drive from where we live. So I told him, we were with a group of friends, I told them that I would drive back. As soon as I hit that car, as soon as I sat down, I was out. Like I was completely drained, and I don't even remember coming home. That's how bad it was. So spirits do drain you. So if you ever feel tired after ghost hunting, you're drained. You just need to recharge. It may take, a little bit of time. I think after I got home, I went straight to bed. So it may take a day or so to recharge, but you will recharge from it.
You will. They drain you and use that energy to help them materialize a lot of times.
Yep.
Or to speak. Or whatever they wanted to pull against you.
Yep. Another really interesting one that we have about is what?
Death chute.
Oh, the death chute. Okay.
Yes. You go down it. I have a picture of 2 spirits reaching out for each other inside the death chute. It's probably lovers, or possibly a mother and a
child,
husband, or a child and a parent.
Yeah, because what would happen is, so when you had tuberculosis, you had 24 hours to get there. It was the first tuberculosis hospital in the country. So you had 24 hours to get there, or they would literally come and take you out of your house and take you there. There would be like during the daytime. You can read up on this too. I'll leave a link in the description of you can read different procedures that they did on the people when they were patients.
Because in 48 hours they would be at your door and take you down there without your approval, and your children could be taken also if they were found to be with it. They would be taken. I don't know if the parents had the choice to go with them or not, but I know the kids would be taken.
And this building is huge. It's like, how many square feet would you say this building is? I think it's 80,000 square feet, I want to say. That. And it's 5 stories. So this thing is huge, and it's shaped like a bat wing. So it actually is shaped straight here, and then it goes off into like almost wings.
It does that for ventilation purposes. So it can pick the wind up from one end and let it travel through to the other end.
There's no window sills or anything. So
window panes.
The window panes,
One side they're out so that the weather could come in there, because they thought that air would be the healer possibly of tuberculosis. They were just researching it back then. And you were put on that side, and then when you were on your deathbed for sure and you would not make it, they moved you over to the other side, which had windows in it, window panes inside the windows.
You knew you were going to die at that point.
You knew that was your death sentence. You knew officially that you were going to die, not for sure how long, but you would go there. And it attacked besides the lungs, it could attack any part of your body and in your brain and make you completely crazy. And there was a ward up there, a whole floor for the crazy people.
The 5th floor.
Their brain.
Right. They've got a woman who jumped off, 2 nurses who jumped off the balconies. One that was pregnant by one of the doctors, and she wasn't married, so out of wedlock it would have been, and she jumped to her death. And unfortunately, they found the child a few feet, but she jumped from the 5th floor off. They also have a nurse who ended her life. She was not pregnant either, was she?
She wasn't.
She was pregnant? Married. Okay, and she wasn't married as well, so.
And she thought her child born with the disease, so she just decided to end it all. Such a depressed and lonely life, and she had no hope left in the world.
No, unfortunately. So the air is, I will tell you, when you go there, the air is very thick. So you can cut it with the knife. It is extremely depressing there because you can feel like you can actually, it doesn't take somebody who, oh, he's laying on both their laps. It doesn't take somebody who is, with gifts to actually feel the sadness that is in that building. But if you guys want to check it out, definitely down in the link. They did all kinds of different procedures on them. Like, they would take, while these people, they didn't have anesthesia back then. So these people were awake when they did the procedures. They would actually cut them open, take, I think it was like 3 and 4 ribs out at a time to try and prevent the tuberculosis from spreading in their body. So they would take those ribs out, and while these people were still awake, they had horrible procedures they did. I'll list, there's a few of them on the website. I'll list them, or you guys can look up on the website about what procedures they did back then. So,
also, when we were in the death chute, remember the flashlight I had?
Oh, yes, yeah. Yeah, it came apart. Right. So
it unlaced itself.
Yeah, it unlaced itself. Yep, you're right. Because you can use flashlights, but at one point on the 5th floor, you cannot use them because that's where the shadow people are.
Right.
So, yeah, her flashlight came apart from
the handle.
Yeah.
Flashlight itself, little handheld flashlight, and the handle was a cloth handle, and it was just attached with a keyring round thing that you had to hold your key rings, your keys on your key ring. I'll get it right. Anyway, it was just dangling loose, the handle, when I got toward the top of the death chute.
It's about a 500-foot long tunnel, and it's very thick. Like, I could feel pressure on my chest whenever I was going down and up it. We caught pictures, actually, that will be attached in the book. A very clear picture of a male's face right there. I mean, you can see details, his nose, his mouth, everything, his eyes. You can see him. And it's not a person. No, it's just the neck right here. Oh. But it's not a person because you can actually see through him. So that'll be linked in the book too. So definitely check that out. So what is the last story? Let's talk about Cook Mansion. So we saved the best for last. The Cook Mansion is one that is here in Evansville. And it was of 3 different buildings. So there was 3 brothers who owned these houses. And the one that's still standing, I can't remember if the other 2, did they have mistresses in them too, the other 2?
The one on the end, as you're looking at the Cook Mansion, straight on, the son owned the one on the right, and the father owned the one on the left.
No humping.
And the one on the left.
No, sir. Sorry. The one on the left, go ahead. I'm trying to stop him.
The one on the left was owned by the father. That mansion was tore down. I don't know how many years ago.
No.
Brittany, you should not say that word.
He's trying to do boy things to you, so I had to stop him.
Anyway,
the one on the left.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
Okay. His mansion was tore down. There are pictures of it on the historic Evansville site. That's our hometown, Evansville. And on the left, the mansion is gone and just an empty lot. It's a corner lot. So we've heard that there was a house, and behind it was another house. That is where one brother kept mistresses.
Yep.
And
there's a stable house too in the back.
Yeah, the stable, it's still there, the carriage house.
Isn't that where the workers stayed? For the workers that cleaned the house, they stayed in the carriage houses, or was it the mistresses?
No, the mistresses stayed in the house behind the one brother on the right. And the one in the center that's still standing in the mansion, there is a stable in the back, but it's been renovated that there is an apartment there. We've never been inside the apartment. And then on the end, it's a welding place now.
Yep.
So that's the tale of them.
Yep.
And the Cook Mansion was a Cook brewery that was in Evansville many years ago, Cook beer. They tore down. Evansville is good at that.
They're good at tearing stuff down.
Really neat, interesting buildings of the past.
I'm going to try and talk to him. I don't know if I can get this, but I really want to interview him and show you guys around the Cook Mansion. He does do tours right now, like during Christmas time and things like that. So I'm going to try and get a tour with him. I don't know if I can for sure, but I'll try. A few incidents that happened, though, at the Cook Mansion. So we were with a group of friends. The one woman I've talked about with the spirit board that we played with, she was actually with us, the lady who passed away. And we were all together, and we were walking through the house, and there's this blue room, or at least there was a blue room. She entered into the room, and she started having a panic attack, and she couldn't breathe, and she had to get out of the room. So she went ahead and exited the room, and it quieted down. She could breathe into stuff. But once she entered it again, the same thing happened. So she did it 4 or 5 different times, and it still did that. Another thing that happened, I actually had a vision, a flashback on the porch of it. So we were talking about things, about how pretty the mansion was and stuff inside, and all of a sudden I started having this flashback of this woman in like a pink gown, and she was standing in the front window because they have a huge glass window stained in the front, and she was dancing around and stuff in her ball gown, and there were people in the background. It was a big party going on. And all of a sudden, I saw this man with this mustache and this gray suit. He answered the phone. It was an old-time cell phone, if you've ever seen the ones from, like, the 1920s and 30s. Those ones that have a really weird-looking phone on them, and they were the dialer. That's the one that he answered. I didn't hear what he said, but I saw him pick it up and was talking on the phone. But you could hear people laughing and things around there in the background. And then all of a sudden, I went out of trance. It was probably maybe 15 seconds that I had a vision flashback for it, but I could see how the mansion looked before they, like, whenever they were living there. And another one, we were actually paranormal hunting because the guy who owned the property before, he actually, I don't know if he's still alive or not, unfortunately, he had a caretaker. I'll just edit that out. So anyway, the person who owned it, there was a caretaker, and then there was the gentleman who owned it. And he actually took a marble water fountain that was inside the house. All of a sudden, he started having really bad problems at his house. His house was across the street from the Cook Mansion. So he started having really bad problems, nightmares, things like that happening in his house, and he upset the spirits. When you take stuff that belongs to him, they get very upset. So that's another thing you want to remember not to do. Don't take something that you've been paranormal investigating with, because, for example, we took a purple lamp and all heck broke loose at our house.
It wasn't stolen.
No, it wasn't stolen. We had permission to take it, but we didn't realize we were in the first stages of paranormal ghost hunting that we took it and didn't realize you can actually piss off the spirits. So, the part that... angry. Yes, so when he did that, it made the spirits angry. But one night we were paranormal investigating, and me and the lady who passed away were standing together, and all of a sudden there was a really strong breeze, and the wind wasn't blowing. It was a really cold chill that we got. It was just like ice cold, like we had stepped in a bucket of ice, and it was freezing. Once we left that spot, it was fine, but if we went back, it was really, really cold. Do you have anything to add to that whenever we were on, like, ghost hunting tour with them or anything?
I've taken pictures before the new owner purchased it, and I have skeleton faces looking out the windows.
Oh, yes, and windows
being moved.
Yep.
And it's just, the mansion's totally haunted, to say the least. And the gentleman who was the caretaker, when he showed us around the first time, he said that one window on the other side, he said that the windows are always being moved, the curtains and the drapes are always being moved back and forth on, so he just lets them sit.
There was numerous times. Yeah, there's been numerous times we've caught pictures of, I don't know how many times we've caught pictures of, the windows being closed 1 second and the windows open again. So definitely, I'm going to try and link his Facebook page and maybe, I don't know if I can find any articles about the Cook Mansion, but if I can, I'll try and link them. So, but I think that's about it. It's been a long video, so I've got to edit this, and then we'll see how long it is after that. But I think that's about it. So definitely stay tuned for the next video I'm going to have coming up about the interview with the director at Woodland Library. So definitely stay tuned for that. It might be out like Monday or Tuesday. So I believe Thursday I have the interview with him. Saturday is the ghost tour. And then I've got to edit all that stuff in the photos and maybe get like a little tour of the inside while people aren't in there. But I'm going to try and get that video out Monday or Tuesday, so definitely stay tuned for that. If you're not subscribed to me, go ahead and subscribe. There's that little red button down there that says subscribe. You know, you want to click it. So,
and Brittany appreciates all of your followers.
Yep.
Everyone that likes everything, just, click the little share button, the like button. Let people know that we're out there.
I'm a small YouTuber. I'd like to share my knowledge with other people, so.
Right.
But yeah, just go ahead and leave a comment if you'd like to. I do reply back to comments as much as I can. But I think that's going to be the video for tonight. But thank you guys for watching. Have a great evening.
Thank you so much. And goodbye.
Bye, guys.